I'm writing these entries to keep what little sanity I have left in me. Each day I feel it slipping away, like trying to hold water cupped in your hands. Writing about my predicament is much easier than explaining it to people, especially when doing so quickly leads to the label of insanity. No, I am not insane. At first, I didn't know how to deal with it. In fact, I still remember the first time I saw it. Or rather, when it saw me. I had a long drive ahead of me. It was already approaching 1 o'clock a.m. Having virtually no sleep from partying the night before. I thought the best idea would be to stop at a motel. After a slightly awkward conversation at the front desk, I was sitting in the bed of room 250. The mattress was springy, the television was an antique, and the room smelled awful. This place was a shithole. I didn't complain, though. Exhaustion was beginning to take its hold, and I would only spend one night here, after all. I quickly fell sound asleep. What was that noise? I awoke, not to the sound of my cell phone alarm, but to static. My eyes focused on the digital clock. It read 3:33 a.m. The room was slightly illuminated. I sat up to find the TV displaying that all too familiar black and white static. I must have rolled onto the remote. I searched frantically for it, wanting to return to my peaceful slumber. I lifted the covers and looked around, but to no avail. Placing the covers back down, I jumped. The TV was no longer showing static. It, instead, screened a black and white middle-aged face, cropped to show only its eyes. It blinked. The eyebrows did not suggest any sort of malignant demeanor. However, I was inexplicably terrified of it. It seemed the remote had made its way to the floor. I picked it up and immediately attempted to change what was on screen. Green numbers, representing the channel, popped up in the top right-hand corner. The number changed, but the image did not. Without further investigation, I turned the television off. I had difficulty sleeping for the remainder of the evening. At first, I just thought it was some kind of joke. It couldn't be real. No fucking way. At the front desk, while returning the key, I noticed a TV behind the owner. It was displaying that same face. It blinked. I asked the man what he thought about what was on screen. Yeah, I tell ya, the weather looks pretty bad if you have a long drive. My blood ran cold. Did he not see those glaring eyes? You feeling alright, son? On my drive to my university, I rationalized. It had to be the cable in the motel. Maybe it was the only thing showing, and the owner was playing some nasty trick on me. It had to be. This was, of course, before the sounds started. Trying to get my mind off of what happened, I turned on the radio. Static. Maybe I'll just pop in a Frank Sinatra CD instead. Static. Great, I think. My car's sound system is fucked. Oh, how I wish it was that easy. I only started to question my sanity when I got to school. In the dining halls, every TV was displaying that face. In the computer labs, every monitor was displaying that face. My roommate's new HD television was showing that face. It blinked. Of course, I asked.